Alright, just about to go live here. I forgot my bandana. Just want to slip out on real quick. Hope everyone's having a great Thursday so far. Alright. Hello. Now where did I set the controller? Oh, it's right in front of my face. What's up, Brian? Oh, I gotta grab my drink. There we go. Need my Starbucks. Gotta be able to function. Been up since 6:30 this morning. Get the kids off to school. Take Kitty to work. Ah, damn it. I guess it's the teleporter, isn't it? Or did we already get that? No, we already got that. Okay. We're going to go up just a bit further before we go in there. Great. It says green skeletons. God, I hate that sound. Oops. It's the wrong spell. Skip out on dealing with them all together. Nice. I'll level up. Shottle and the hammer. I think I'm still just going to end up sticking with this. That has a nice increase there. That's a two-handed sword. That's why I'm not using that. Where did that hammer go? Oh, okay. Familiar uses those. Curious. Oh, that is slow as hell. I can get at least 2 attacks off with the Starflail, if not like almost 3. Not more damage, just faster damage. I used to always go with more damage, and then I realized that's not always the best course of action. Difference between gamer me then and gamer me now. It's like I used to hardly use the spells. I knew about them, but I didn't use them that often. Sorry, I keep clearing my damn throat. Let's see. Alright then. There's two different directions we can go. Which one to take first? Well, we're right here, so why not? Oh, wait. There's something hidden in here. Yep, there it is. I think that's healing, isn't it? Yep. Nice. 3 dishes in one. Almost walked on top of that. Definitely thanks for stopping by, Brian. I appreciate it. If you haven't already, check out Retromageddon.com. That guy right there is the one behind all that. Hey, Commenteer, thanks for stopping by, man. I appreciate it. Fair enough, man. Fair enough. Well, thank you for the lurk at the very least, man. I appreciate it. Ew. You're a dick, sir. Oh, shit. And the worst part is I seen it there. And I still fell for the damn trap anyways, and I keep getting hit by it. Damn it. What am I doing? Really? Right into it again I go. Oh my. And into another one. Damn it. Pressed the button too soon. Ah, there we go. Made it. I might have to get back and heal myself. Jeez. Just staying above this. I don't need experience from those skeletons that bad. Damn it. Yeah, and the worst part is I know that that's, like, there. So, I just keep going into it anyways. Being stupid. Let's eat some of this nonsensical food. Yeah, there is that option. You are correct. I don't think I have the shield rod yet, do I? It's not the enemies, it's the problem. I keep going into those traps. Yeah, right there it is. Extra effective with a shield. Yeah, I forgot about that. Admiral Akbar. It's a trap. That should be okay for the moment. As long as I stay out of the traps. There we go. We should be all sorted again. There we go. Again, we're just going to stay above all this. I'm not dealing with it. Okay, we're going to go into the next room, where there's more of that trap. More of that annoying skeleton that's throwing bones. Laser skeletons. The works. See, I don't want to head it. Is this into a new area or is this a teleporter? I don't remember which it is. That's right. Okay, we're gonna go finish exploring this area back here, as much as I dislike it. Don't want the mist. That takes more magic than the bat. Again, the difference between gamer me now and gamer me as a kid. I wouldn't have went through here with the bat. I would have attempted to take on everything and then have shit like that happen. Great. Doing well. Run, little bat, run. Or fly, I guess, in this case. Oh boy. I hate to use healing potions this early, but... or outside of boss battles, I should say. I prefer to save that stuff for boss battles, but... this is going to be a little scary if I don't do this now. I'll just go buy more. If I have to, I'll farm up some money. You know. I'll keep playing for a while longer. I don't mind. It's a great game. Yeah, I'm gonna need it. Wow, I completely missed that attack. Oh, jeez. Forgot how brutal this area was. I'm skipping for now. I need to get to a save spot. Then I'll come and obliterate them. Not good. Jeez. Another hallway of them. Wonderful. Oh, that one is even worse. I need to get to a save spot. I don't even know why I'm flying through this. This is all that's here. Is the only save spot way back there? What the hell? Oh, Jesus. The bitter flies. I think I have it now that you mention it. The dragon helm? Because I'm pretty sure I got that. Yeah, that frightens enemies and lowers their defense. No, I don't have that yet, apparently. I either haven't found it or it drops from an enemy. I haven't had drop it yet. It's one thing I've never done in this game is farmed up equipment. I've always beat this game with whatever it decides it wants to drop me, to be completely honest. I'm sure there's weapons in this game I've never seen. And I've played this game a lot. Is this a save spot? Oh, thank goodness. That was a waste of 2 high potions because I GTFO'd that hallway. Actually, let's go this way first. Or is this the way I came from? No, okay. Well, then you come down here and fight me. Well, they'll follow me down here. Hey, I like my spoopy bat. And you know what? I can have a bat follow my bat. Right. So, I believe there's fall damage, though, if you're turned to stone. Like, if you fall too far while you've been turned to stone, it will do fall damage. But, yeah, otherwise there is no fall damage. Got a shield. I don't know what the difference is. Other than the look. Oh, jeez. Yeah, you tell them die. I like the bat transformation in this game because the bat's colors are whatever cape you have on. Oh, I'm fighting all of them now. One thing I can definitely say, I liked about older games, a lot of them didn't have fall damage. Fall damage was rarely ever a thing. I mean, it makes sense. But to be honest, I would, it annoys me sometimes. See, that gives me that. Improves heal item power. See, I want that. This gives me a guaranteed 10 to strength. Yeah, I think I'm going to just take that. For the moment. Yeah, right. I can't stand survival games of any sort because of shit like that. I tried getting into Fallout 76 because it was given away free here like a month or two ago. And the main reason I actually quit playing Fallout 76 is because you have a hunger and thirst meter. I hate it. I get it, it's supposed to be like, you know, post-apocalyptic survival, but you know, it's never had that before. And doesn't need it now. I'd probably actually enjoy Fallout 76 if it weren't mainly for that. I'll just go back to playing Fallout 4. That's actually what I've been doing. I haven't even been playing my Switch. Because I mainly play handheld, and none of my Joy-Cons are any good. Like, I even had an off-brand one that lasted me over 2 years, and it decided it was just finally going to say, nope, I'm done working. All the drift for you. So I haven't even finished Ocarina like I was playing. This would be a good place to farm some experience. With them constantly spawning more of themselves. And they're not doing much damage to me and staying out of their attacks and stuff, so man, this would be a hell of a way to get some experience. Ah, oh, damn it. I was trying to finish up Ocarina of Time. Again, I've been playing Grandia, as you know, Brian. I only slightly disagree with you, Common. I do think it is the second best, but the GOAT for me is Link to the Past easily. Well, I'm also old as hell. Was that secret in the other room? Damn it. I think it was. To be honest, there's not a whole lot of bad Zelda games. Like, I'm not a huge fan of Oracle of Ages and Oracle Seasons. I know that's an unpopular opinion. I'd sooner play Link's Awakening. That is, in my opinion, the best Zelda handheld game. Though it's hard to choose between Link's Awakening, especially with its update, and oh, what was it? Link Between Worlds. It's hard to pick between those two as the best, like, handheld Zelda. Breath of the Wild. I will agree that it... Damn it, I did it again. I went in there for a reason, because I think there's a secret up here. Okay, I think Breath of the Wild is a good game. I just don't think it's a good Zelda game. It's like they started working on a new IP, and then all of a sudden, oh, let's give it a Zelda skin. That'll sell it. I don't dislike Breath of the Wild. I really don't. I love the world. I love this grand scale Hyrule that we were given. I really do. I just wish it had more in common with Zelda than just characters and world. You know, like, where's my gimmicky shit? See, again, the puzzles didn't really bother me because Zelda games are always puzzle-esque, you know? But it's... I don't know. I like the puzzles. Zelda's always been a puzzle-like game, but I have to agree that maybe it was a little overboard. I think that's what I'm trying to say, is I think some of the puzzles were a little overboard. Some of the puzzles that I really hated were the ones where you actually had to use the motion to solve them and move the ball around. I hated that. It was awful. Yep, pretty much. That's pretty much exactly what happened. Well, that's the thing. They were trying to go back to the roots, and I feel like they failed. Like, okay, it gave the same feel as the first Legend of Zelda. I'll give it that. Like, from a guy that's, literally played Zelda games since the first Zelda, I can definitely see where they were going with it. Because the original Zelda, you were literally, again, just thrown into the world, given no direction, given a sword and said go. Like, that's what they were going for, and they achieved that. They did. But they still missed out on... See, Zelda didn't quite have its identity in the first one yet. Okay? But, by Link to the Past, it had found this identity where we had gimmicky items, we had dungeons, we used items to progress further in the game, almost like a Metroidvania. And, they completely deviated away from that and kind of just went back to how Zelda was game one. Right. I have to agree with you there, Brian. Because you knew shit was about to get real. You knew that you were in danger. Remember watching my dad play those games and just thinking, man, that's terrifying. What is that, I didn't know yet. Even my dad, the first time he heard one of the boss monsters, he's like, what the hell? Sorry about that. No. I've been able to cheese some stuff with this item. I'm keeping it. This sub-weapon. I'm not quite ready to move on yet. Let's go explore a little more over here. Ah, crap. Boss time. Oh, Beelzebub, my buddy. How you doing? Beelzebub. Yeah, exactly. That's exactly what I was getting at, Common. Like, it took him a couple games to find that identity. Because, I mean, look at Zelda 2. Completely different than any of the, other Zeldas in general. Mind you, it was only the second Zelda. But, like, it already had deviated away from the first game. And it backfired, and they're like, okay, well, let's do Zelda 1. But let's go bigger scale. Oh, geez. Exactly. Absolutely. I agree on all points, bud. Definitely. Oh! Beelzebub kicked my ass. Yeah, I'm not huge on Skyward Sword, and I blame Skyward Sword a lot for Breath of the Wild. Because there is so much Skyward Sword put into Breath of the Wild. Now, mind you, I hated Skyward Sword when it was on the Wii. I got it for the Switch, and I like it more. I do. But it's still one of the lesser Zeldas. 100%. And it's funny that we're even talking about Breath of the Wild because that's what I'm supposed to be doing. But for Halloween, I took some time off from it to do this, and I'm still going at it. And I will be going back to it because I'm trying to 100% it and do so before the second one's release. But one of the things I liked about Skyward Sword playing it on the Switch was the fact you didn't have to use motion controls. Your sword was completely done with the right stick if you don't want to do motion controls. But the motion controls are way better, way more accurate, way more responsive, if that's the rate, like the way you still want to go. But in all honesty, I feel like the game shines using the right stick, because whatever way you swing with the sword, or with the stick, like say you swipe it right, it goes like this. If you do it at diagonal, it actually swipes diagonal, you know. And I really enjoyed that mechanic. Imagine if they wouldn't have had that Wii Motion Plus accessory to go with the Wii version, though. You imagine how much worse it would have been had they not come up with that little peripheral. I mean, honestly, they just did that to sell another piece of equipment, you know, get us to spend more money so that we could play Zelda, because they knew that if they made a Zelda and made an attachment that you would need for it, people would buy Zelda and they would buy that attachment. It was all a marketing scheme when it comes down to it, and it was a genius one. This is why Nintendo is the juggernaut that they are. This is why Nintendo will never go anywhere. This is why no one will ever put them out of business, because they just know how to work the system, man. I mean, look, they sold Switches mainly because of Breath of the Wild at first. Then comes the pandemic. Perfect time to put out Animal Crossing. That's going to sell hundreds or millions of copies. Then we're going to sell more Switches, you know. Yeah. And it isn't working out for Sony well at all. They just keep shooting themselves in the foot, I feel like. They just lost 2 million PlayStation Plus subscribers. I'm not one of them. I've kept mine because I like getting the free games and being able to play them. I guess they're not really free. You're renting them literally for $10 a month. But I like having that extensive library. I'm with you there. I was 360 all the way during that era. Now, I do have a PS4, I have a PS3, I won't be getting a PS5. I will not be getting the new Xbox. If I want to play any next-gen games, I've got this PC for that. And if it's exclusives that never come to PC, oh well, I guess I didn't need to play them that bad. Right, right. The only thing I don't like about doing PC gaming and using Steam and stuff is I don't have a physical item in my hand. You know, I'm one of those people that if I can, I will go physical long before I go digital. The only way I go digital is if it's an incredible sale. Like I got The Witcher and all its DLC for like $10. Like, I'm not going to pass up a sale like that. That's incredible. Dude, I think digital is god-awful. Just think, what if Steam were to ever shut down and nobody bought it? You've lost every Steam game you've ever bought. Yeah, that's funny because I think through GOG, I ended up getting the PC version for free because I own the PS4 version. Oh, Tales is amazing. Symphonia is my all-time favorite. I need to finish Tales of Grace's F. I started that. I have it on my PS3. It's not... Okay, I bought my PS3 off my roommate. He left his account on there so I could still play the games he purchased. And he has Tales of Grace's F, and man, it's so good. Symphony is so good, man. I literally lost sleep because of that game. I was working at the time, and I'd literally go into work on 1 to 2 hours of sleep because of Symphonia. And what's nice is I have more than just the PlayStation Plus service. I have Amazon, so I get free games from Amazon every month. I get free games from Epic. Trying to think what else. Fable is amazing. The second one is the best, easily. I have a love-hate relationship with the first one. I love the first one. But a lot of the mechanics I don't like you age every time you level thing, that annoyed me a little bit. It made me not want to level as often as I would have liked to. The gloating thing, I wasn't a huge fan of because I couldn't do any of them. Because I was terrible with the game. But number 2 was absolutely amazing. The story was great. And then I felt like 3 was a step back. Yeah, even my girlfriend, she loves... That's a teleporter. I'm going to go get that. She loves the second Fable. She don't mind the third, but she was still really disappointed. But she played through it because she still had somewhat of a good time. But she absolutely despises the first one. Oh, that wasn't a teleporter. Yeah, nope, I'm out. Even when they did the re-release, what was a director's cut or whatever, she wouldn't even play it. Been trying to get my son to play Fable 2. Me and his mom, we've been trying to get him to play Fable 2. Like, he's trying to find games that, besides online games to play sometimes, because he's mainly an online gamer. That's what he likes to do. He's decent at Fortnite. He's not bad at Apex, you know, that's his thing. But we've been trying to get him into some of the other stuff, and he's not doing too bad with Link to the Past. He's struggling because it's his first playthrough. We all struggled our first playthrough with where to go and stuff. He finally got through the second dungeon, but yeah. Which, speaking of, my son does stream on occasion. He mostly streams mobile games. So check out EnderBlaze10 as well here on Twitch. He does Apex Mobile. He does Arc Mobile. He's dabbled a little bit in League of Legends. I don't know if this is a new area. He's in Velvet. Okay. We're not going to go this way yet. He is in the Velvet chat. I don't know if you've seen him on there. And also, Rontro Media also has a Discord if you would like to join that as well. You can just go over to the Facebook group, Rontro Media, and the link is actually pinned to the top of the group. If not, I can always just send you a message later with the link if you'd like to join. Because I could just send you a message later. We've got about 15 people in there now. It's not super active, but I'm trying to get people to be a little more active. I wish people would be. That's fine, no problem, bud. I understand. I wouldn't have social media, but there's certain family I can only get a hold of that way. Or it's just easier to get a hold of them that way. I look at it this way: if you don't need to use social media, don't. I hate social media, to be completely honest. I wouldn't have, like I said, Facebook if it wasn't for that. I'm getting rid of my Twitter. I did have a Twitter for the channel. I'm getting rid of it, especially now that Elon Musk owns it, and he wants to charge for verification and stuff. Nah, bruh. Hey, man, that's great. Twilight Cloak. It is better. Now, you seen what my bat looked like before. It was blue and green. Now check this out. Now he's black, and the wings are still doing the pulsing red. I think that is such like a cool detail for this game, that they actually took the time to code in the bat having the same color as your cloak. Yeah, this is one of my favorite cloaks. I think it's called Joseph's Cloak the most. It might not be the best cloak, but you can actually go in here in the system. You know how you have the window color here? Joseph's Cloak, you can actually change the color. I did see the first season. Me and a girlfriend binge watched it in one day, and I'm kind of waiting on her to watch the rest, but she's been so busy with work, and when she isn't busy with work, other stuff, and yeah, and it's been that crazy for the last couple years. we've got 2 kids, man. And, you know, both of them are in scouting and everything. Yeah, no, it's amazing. That first season was great, and it actually made you feel for Dracula. It's like, Dracula's not such a bad guy. Everybody turned him into an asshole. I remember these things, and I think it was Castlevania 3 was the first thing that had these little poof things. Yeah. Especially, like, lately, I've been having a lot of problems with Ender. He hasn't been wanting to go. He's... And the worst part is, like, everybody really likes him there. And he does well. But he just doesn't want to get any of his stuff done. He should have like 2 or 3 more ranks by now. But he's literally almost has, I think it's his tenderfoot. But he literally has to, I think, put together a first aid kit. And he has to do some literally do some exercises, and he'll be done and have his tenderfoot. But he's just, nah, I ain't doing it. What do I do, you know? Yeah, man, like I said, Dracula just gets shit all over. Actually, since we're talking about the anime, I don't know if you were in here the last time. Give me a second. That right there. It's literally a statue from the show. Like, it's the Dracula from the anime. I love this thing. Cost me $50 frickin' dollars. But man, I love it. It's one of those like PVC type figures, so I feel it's a little overpriced. But I mean, the accuracy, man, like just in the face alone, the accuracy is insane. I don't know if you can really see it there, but yeah, like that's insane, man. Like, look how well done that is. I love this thing, man. And while I'm showing off Halloween crap, since this is a Halloween stream, we bought something. Well, my girlfriend bought something at the last craft show we were at. Yeah, and let's see. Oh, where does she have? Okay, it's right in here. Give me a second here. There we go. It lights up blue. Like, I love it. It's hilarious. My girlfriend's seen it, and she goes, "Oh my god, I gotta have it," you know. And like, I'm honestly jealous of the his clawfoot tub. I want one of. I want a tub like this. I can't fit in my tub. I eat my knees if I try to lay in my tub. I can barely stand up in it. I'm not even kidding. We have a removable shower head, and when I stand in our shower and I go to wash my hair, I can't put the sprayer between my head and the ceiling, because for some reason we have this weird hang thing right above our tub that's not anywhere else in the bathroom. The ceilings are really tall, but like whatever this thing is that comes down, mind you, I'm almost 6'4". I have to duck to rinse my head. So I have to agree. I need Geralt's tub, absolutely. Oh, that's right. I'm looking for something to cure my poison. Anti-venom, that's it. Down here, get my shield back. Right. Now, mind you, I've only seen so far the first episode of the Witcher series. I need to get into watching it. I've played a little bit of the game, so I can't remember names real well yet. But I like the one that you see, right? Is it Yennefer, I think? The dark-haired one? I like her. And I think she's like right at the beginning of The Witcher 3, getting a bath with Geralt. Yeah, I hear that. I don't know how true it is. I hear that's part of the reason why Cavill is gone, because he was constantly fighting with them over creative, because he wanted Geralt to be more true to the books, wanted the show to be more true to the books, and they didn't want to do that. You know, they obviously wanted to make their own rules, and I don't know how I just did that, but I did it. One of the easiest bosses in this game, in my opinion. Let's get right down in here. Yeah, I own 3 or 4 of the books. I haven't even started reading them either. See, at least Lord of the Rings stayed close to the source material, but they cut a lot of stuff out. That was the biggest problem, in my opinion, with Lord of the Rings. They cut way too much important shit out, and they did the same thing with Harry Potter. Well, I guess they did deviate, because What's-Her-Face isn't the one that saved Frodo. It was that other dude. I can't remember. Can't remember what his name was, but I know like they took some liberties there. But for the most part, it felt like Lord of the Rings still stayed mostly true, just took way too much shit out of it. I actually have a Geralt Funko I got when I was working at GameStop back in 2019. His Igni symbol actually glows in the dark orange. I haven't even watched the new Lord of the Rings. I'm kind of afraid to. Tolkien's one of my biggest inspirations for writing like my fantasy stories and stuff. That's something I don't show a whole lot of people, is my writings. I don't even think Brian here has ever seen anything I've written other than a review. Yeah, they shouldn't have taken that much liberty. Like, go that far away from the source material. what was the point? How do you even call it Lord of the Rings at that point? Oh, we got a loop done here. Oh wow, I'm knocking them out in one hit instead of 4 hits. And when it comes to writing stories and novels and stuff, it's Tolkien all the way. Oh yeah, I showed you the book I was that I was working on. And then when it comes to my films and stuff, my inspiration is George Romero. I love his iteration of zombies. They technically weren't zombies, they were ghouls, I think they were called. Which I actually have a short film that I want to do here at some point, but I gotta find the props. I really don't want to spend the money on them. It would cost me probably roughly about $60 to get all the stuff that I need. Because I need like beakers, and I don't want plastic ones that you get at like Walmart from like kids' kits and stuff. I want actual beakers. I want test tubes. The test tubes can be plastic. I don't care about them. But I'll actually be putting heat to the beaker. And not just fake like I'm putting heat to it. I actually want to show me putting heat to it. The measuring glasses, like the round measuring glasses with the little lip on it. I would like to get some of them. I'd like to get a lab coat. I don't need a scalpel. I have X-Acto knives. And nobody would be getting hurt anyways. It'd be implied that I'm scraping skin cells off of skin. You'd see me start to lower it, but you wouldn't actually see me do the action, because obviously I can't be literally shaving skin flakes off of people. Might get in trouble for that, considering it would be my son. Lately, he has been making me want to kick his ass pretty bad. I'm not even going to lie. Absolutely. He's a 14-year-old all the way. Yeah, I'm not even worrying about this hallway. Well, yeah. At least if you're a parent of any merit, anyhow. Actually, my daughter, I didn't create her. I didn't help create her, I should say. And she has A deadbeat dad. I literally was there and cut her umbilical cord. She's 11 now. Almost. She'll be 12 in June. My son will be 15 in July. Oh, nice. That life max up will heal me up the whole way. I wish I had the memory of some people. You know, some people know exactly where the money bags are and stuff, so they don't even have to waste their time breaking every damn candle. Oh, shit. Okay, I was wrong about that fall damage from stone. And I don't know how I took 40 damage from stone the one time. Because normally you usually take 0 damage unless you get hit by something else while in stone. This enemy's too easy because it just keeps knocking right back. Really, I didn't know that. Well, let's see if we can farm it up then. Why not? Since you're here and filling me in on this. Come on, give me a ring. Hey, dude, I'm cool with it. Do you see the tag, no backseat gaming? You don't. You're good. There's literal people that have that in their channels where it says that. And it's like, why? Like, okay, I can understand if it's your first time playing a game, please don't backseat. But I've played this game how many times? I've beat it how many times without farming up stuff, but why not? Some people don't like it. The only time I really don't care for backseat gaming is when someone doesn't understand the game in the first place. Like I said, it's situational for me. Or someone that thinks that they know the game better than you and they're completely wrong. That shit annoys me. But honestly, you know, here in stream, I love it. I love when somebody does stuff like that. I love the fan interaction. That's the whole reason I'm here. It's not all about me. You know, it's about you guys enjoying the content, and if part of that content is, hey, you know, you want to get a really good ring, do this, go for it. I try to be as people-friendly as possible here in stream. Fan-friendly, people-friendly, whatever you want to say. This ring just doesn't want to drop. So that I quit knocking this one off the screen, we'll actually come up here and to the other side of them, and it's not a hard enemy to kill at all. Probably stay here all day and farm in here for experience and hardly ever get hit. And that ring, ding, ding. How's that one song go? If you wanted it, you should have put a ring on it or some shit like that. The game has seen your text there and said, oh, that guy just told him about the ring. Yeah, he's not getting it now. Quit your cheating, trying to get him better shit. The game is afraid of commitments. Oh, come on, just give me the damn ring. You know you want to. Sounds like a gold digger to me. Oh my. Definitely some of the most interesting conversations I've had in stream yet, guys. They like dropping the money bags, but they're not dropping that ring, sir. They're paying me to not say I do. Just start gassing him. Would have been quicker to go back the other way. Oh well. We'll give this a go in a couple more times and see what happens. If I don't get it, I don't get it. Why not both? It's called role-playing, sir. Actually, right before I went live, I was watching another streamer, Captain Paranormal 2. He started streaming around the same time I did. Me, him, one of his buddies that I used to play WoW with, and another guy. We all kind of started together. And me and Captain Paranormal seemed to be the only ones left out of the original 4. But he streams very rarely and very little. But this morning I was watching him play WCW NWO Revenge before I jumped on here. Which the reason I bring that up is it's funny because that was a game I was eventually planning on messing around with at some point on stream. Just because wrestling games on the N64 were the best. And they had that formula mastered by No Mercy. Heck yeah, man. Right now, me and my roommate, well, it hasn't been lately because he got himself a girlfriend now, so he's hardly around. But there for a while, we were watching, like, WWF from the start of the Raw, like, the start of the show Raw. And then once Nitro started, we started throwing it in, too, like, once we reached that date. And we're actually coming up at the Bash at the Beach, where Hollywood Hogan rears his ugly head. And let's be honest, Scott Hall carried that whole stable, in my opinion. Nash was good, like, when it came to being a powerhouse and everything, but Scott Hall had everything. He had the mic skills. He had the in-ring ability. Dude, he was one of the hardest working guys in that industry. Oh, Yu-Gi-Oh! Power Rangers, now that's my thing. I need to finish Yu-Gi-Oh! I made it as far as right after the Egyptian gods, right when they're getting ready to do like the 3 dragons thing. That's where I stopped watching Yu-Gi-Oh! Power Rangers, me and my roommate were rewatching through that as well. But when we were watching it, we couldn't find Alien Rangers anywhere once we reached that point because we were going to watch like through it all. And so Alien Rangers wasn't there, so we kind of just stopped. I'm going to start letting him land because that'd be a lot faster, wouldn't it? Yeah. That'd be a lot faster. Dang it, Brian, you had to tell me about this ring. Now I'm like got this obsession with trying to get it. If it doesn't drop after this try, I'm done. I'm sure I'll be back through here anyway. They don't want to give it to me. They don't think Alucard's handsome enough. Let's go this way. Just remember, Tommy Oliver is the GOAT. Alucard is a perfect 10. Yeah, streamer's luck, exactly. That's a boss battle. We're not doing that yet. We'll go back in a second. Oh, I won't even play it after I get off stream. Usually whatever games I start on stream, I don't touch them off stream. Like, I really need to finish Assassin's Creed Valhalla. But I started it on stream, so I refuse to play it unless I'm streaming. But I've been, like I said, I'm trying to do that 100% Breath of the Wild and the Halloween thing here. And I'll probably throw in other retro games here and there, just because retro is my thing. See, I really enjoy Valhalla. But then again, I love Vikings. And, well, I've got my Mjolnir right here. I actually consider myself Norse pagan. Oh, right here's a safe spot. Sweet. So that's probably a lot to do with it, just because of the lore behind it. Fair enough, fair enough. I honestly think the best Assassin's Creed I've played to date is probably 2. See, I have to agree with that. They have really gone astray from the original, the original makeup. It's another Breath of the Wild sort of situation. I can definitely understand your gripes with it. But again, I didn't even pay full price for it. I managed to get the physical for $30, literally only a couple months after it came out. Oh, and I was pissed because, no lie, I got it at Walmart for $30. Next day it went on sale at GameStop for $20. I did really enjoy 3, like the Indian guy, whatever. I can't. Connor. I really liked him. I really liked the era that they chose. I don't have much, but I have Seneca blood. So to like play in that era was kind of cool. A lot of people didn't even like Connor, and I didn't understand why. I mean, he's no Altair, but Connor was still pretty badass. I actually need to play the spin-off for 3 yet. I have it for my Switch. That's what I played 3 on. And I need to play the... was it? Is that number 3's spin-off? Which one was the spin-off for 3 then? I cannot remember the name of it. Like I said, I need to play it, honestly. Okay. I need to play Black Flag. I've never played that one at all. Honestly, after playing 3 and doing the ship thing, if I could take anything out of those specific games, 3 and 4, I would do away with the whole boat thing. I didn't like it. I like Splinter Cell. I'm terrible at Splinter Cell, but I liked old Splinter Cell when it was still stealth. And they kind of got away from that a bit. It was a stone mask. That's what dropped. I already have one of them. Yeah, that's definitely bullcrap. See, that's why digital scares the hell out of me, man. Right there. Prime example. I want to check out that little randomized type thing that they got going on Assassin's Creed, that free update that made, what do they call those? Like Binding of Isaac and Hades and stuff, games like that. Roguelite. That's another game I need to play on here sometime, is Binding of Isaac. It's not retro, but I mean, it looks retro. It's retro inspired. Alright, man. Take it easy. Thanks for joining in, Common. I appreciate it. Yeah, you too, man. Enjoy your day. Oh boy. I'm gonna die. Go back, go back, go back. Oh, don't let me die here. Are you serious? I don't even know what just happened there. Well, that's a whole lot of exploring I gotta do again. Ugh. Still won't drop that damn blasted ring, will he? Well, let's see if we try and go against this boss. I don't even remember what boss this is. Oh, the mummy. Ah, shit. Forgot about the damn poison cloud thing. Shit. There it is. I like how that boss croaks. Constitution plus 10. Alright, back to the save spot. Because I ain't doing that again. I'm just going to start calling these things money bags. Because that's all they seem to ever want to drop. Which way am I going? Yeah, I'm going back this way. Taking a different path than we did last time, in hopes that it's something a little easier. I don't remember the correct way to really go through the inverted castle to, you know, stick with about your power level at this point. They definitely test you when it comes to the inverted castle. But I still don't feel like this is an overly difficult game. The difficulty can be easily alleviated by just leveling. Okay, so that's it in this direction. I thought there might be more, but I guess not. Still no ring. Before I go further to the left, I think I'm going to go back to the right and check out what's in that one direction. I think that was also a boss. If I can get another boss out of the way, though, great. Oh, wow. 1 in 370 chance. Jeez. No wonder it wasn't dropping. What does it do exactly that it's like that ridiculous of a drop rate? It must be something pretty damn incredible. And that is not Cthulhu. Where's his tentacle face? Oh, okay. Fair enough. Did I ever change my... Yeah. It's awesome. A user did put this song on Beat Saber. Actually, I love playing this on Beat Saber, being that it's like my favorite track from this game. Oh, and I'm guessing it's probably an easier drop. Nice. Where's that obtained? And what from? Oh, this isn't a boss. That's right. I forget what that even does. Them things annoy the shit out of me. I know exactly what you're talking about. I forget what they said. I forget. I seen the name of them. I don't remember what it was now. It was like Shmoo or something like that. I believe there is a Bloody Tears Beat Saber, and no, that one's. There's only like an expert mode for that one. No. Okay, we're gonna go up here first. Might have to go farm some shmoos. I don't like fighting them damn things. They're an easy kill, yes, but they're almost as annoying, if not more annoying, than the Medusa heads in this game. So this is how you deal with these. Haha! And that's how it's done on Broadway. If you know, you know. White Dragon. Another one of those enemies that used to annoy me so bad back in the day. Like on the first game. Ugh. Like right before you fought Frankenstein. Well, Frankenstein's monster. Man. What was nice though is right if you had problems with that white dragon, at least you got some health right before you got to Frankenstein's monster, like literally right behind the white dragon. But still, those white dragons were. Wait, what? I have such... That's one of the reasons why I have such a hard time with that game. How do you cheese them? You need to share this secret with me, sir. Oh, that's right. All the guys from... Castlevania 3 as a boss. Forgot about this. Definitely let me know. Well, you said it's in your guide, so I'm sure I could look it up. Grant, Silpha, and fucking Richter. Or not Richter. Trevor. My bad. It's like Richter's grandfather or something. Or ancestor of some sort, anyways, obviously. Shit. Luckily, they don't do much damage. I just got Grant. Ooh, you bastard. Well, that boss actually dropped a life up. I haven't had a boss do that in a minute. Huh. Interesting. That was one of the problems with that game for me was fighting him, Frankenstein's monster. And then my next problem is that hallway right before death and then having to deal with death right after. Oh, excuse me. Damn it. Got some caramel on my finger from my coffee. That's right, that's a door. I don't want to go that way quite yet. I still can't believe that I found out that Contra's not nearly as hard of a game as everybody makes it out to be. I even made it out to be harder than what it is. I couldn't believe that. Yeah, Contra is not hard. Like, literally, all you need to do is get that spread shot and you're golden. Don't stop shooting. You just keep shooting. Don't stop. Make sure you're avoiding what you can. Take it slow at first. Learn the game. Now, obviously, the pattern likes to throw you for a loop once in a while, but the pattern's roughly always the same. You can plan for most of that. I beat Contra with dying one time. I will no death run that game eventually. I promise you that. I hate this frickin' enemy. Oh. Did I get that secret in the regular castle? I didn't even know about this. What is that? Defense goes up when damage taken. Like, is it a permanent defense? Or is it a limited time? I wish this game explained the armors and stuff better in what they do. You know what, forget it. I'm out of here. I don't want to fight these guys. It is permanent. Oh. So that can become a really good armor. I don't ever remember getting in there, ever. I had to have, though, because if you play the 360 version, there's an achievement for completely revealing the whole map. I might have to get back to the regular castle and collect up that item that'll be up in there. I don't know what it would be, but... And I take a lot of damage, so this should go up pretty quick. I'm actually going to do an experiment. I now have 51 defense. And it was at 41 when I had the walk armor. I know it was at 61 when I had the walk armor. My bad. But still, I've already gained 10 extra defense just for here. Purposely running into these guys. That's great. Okay, I'm happy now. I'll definitely take this. Hey, you wanna hit me? Hey, you wanna hit me again? Like, how much do you have to get hit for it to actually increase? Or is it only, like, one increase? Like, I'm not sure. I'm kind of curious as to how that actually works. Do you mean the walk armor? Yeah. The walk armor is pretty incredible. See, no, it's not permanent. Okay. Yeah, you definitely got it confused. It's okay. It's only temporary, and it doesn't go above my walk armor. That walk armor is freaking amazing. The more map, the more defense. Now I'm stuck. Oh, nice. Is that a weapon? The Masa? I'm guessing it is, because that's the name of a weapon, I believe. Okay, I don't know how that didn't hit me, but I'll take it. Buffalo Star, huh? Oh man, excuse me again. He'd one-shot everything easily. I don't want that. Go away. It's literally the only thing I fought to get over here for. It was another ring. Not the one that I want. Okay, go over the way to the right, and there's something. No, get up there. Graham. Let me guess, super slow, right? That's a good increase in damage, though. I feel like I should go with this. I will try it out for a while, see what happens. If it wasn't so time consuming and I wasn't streaming, like, I wouldn't care. I'd stream. I'd farm up that ring. I still feel like I'm just still better off with this. It's taking me almost as many hits, maybe one extra, but I do them so much faster. Yeah. Does it? Or does the Graham, you mean? I was never very good at pulling those off. Great. One of these guys again. Oh, crap. Oh, okay, I see what it does. Has this, like, bigger spark come off of it. Like, here it is normally. There it is with that. Okay. I forgot that they had those attacks. Thanks for the reminder. Yeah, we're going to go this way. Why not? Oh, yeah. This was the scary place. Do I have it? I don't know if I have it. Yeah, there it is. Oh, geez, that is a fast attack. Jeez! It's like one of the first weapons you get, isn't it? Yeah, I ain't dying. I think I'm going to stick with my flail just for now because getting up close is not okay for me. But that is cool. I never realized how quick that thing really came out there. And I mean, it tore through them like they weren't nothing. It's just they're a hard enemy to fight. Now they're going to be in short range. That is a damn good weapon. That's like an early weapon, I'm pretty sure. I definitely like faster attacks, but I like to have that little bit of range too, just because, you know, safety reasons. My dodging not so good. Did I get that? I might have got that. I know I was in the clock tower, and I'm not planning on going back because I hate it in the inverted castle. Let me see. There's my moon, shield, holy. I got the morning star. Maybe I didn't. Okay, I didn't get that. I don't know if I want to go back to the clock tower. It's mostly them guys with the swords that annoy the hell out of me right now in the clock tower. I think I'd rather deal with the harpies again. Oh, okay. Yeah, I already got it. It's the only problem with it is it's sort of slow. Let's see. I still feel like the star flow is still just slightly faster. Yeah. But only slightly. It's not a lot. Down, over, forward. Oops. Oh. That's pretty cool. Talk about nice ranged attack from a distance. Why is there so many Medusa heads? Jeez. Yep, I think I may have just found my new favorite weapon. I keep forgetting that, you know, that you can put some Street Fighter inputs in this game. Nice. I honestly forgot all about those inputs for different weapons. Yeah, does this go through here? It does. Yeah. Okay, I didn't do much damage to him. I hate the sound of their lasers. Talisman. What's that do? May absorb damage taken. I don't want to lose my damage output. Just get above him and get out. Okay, I don't want to go that way just yet. There's a door there. I want to say that that's a teleporter. You son of a bitch. Dick. Yep, another teleporter. Awesome. Jeez. Yeah, my bike can't there. Okay, I guess we're going this way. And that just makes things so much easier. Okay, now it's not wanting to work. And that's how you clear a room. Another save spot. Let's see. Alright, so... yeah, we're going to keep going this way for now. Trying to clear this room, but it's not working. Just keep going for more. Seriously wonder how many of these I've killed just doing this right now. Got them all. Just wanted to see if I could. Really? This is what I worked my way here for? Is there not? Okay, there's... why does it feel like there should be a... no? Okay. We shall move on and head this way. We're just skipping through there. Just getting out of there because of those damn traps. Okay, we'll head over this way then. Okay, I wanted to, I need to... alright. Oh, shit. Jeez. Fine. There's just a safe spot over here for me to heal anyways. I don't even care. There we go. Back to full health. Oh yes, Beelzebub. That's who was here. That probably didn't hit him. Alright, Brian. Thanks for sticking around for a while. I appreciate it. Have a great rest of your day, man. I don't care if I use every last bit of my heart. There it is. I cheesed him. Ring of Arcana. That has something to do with magic, I'm sure. Increases rare item appearance. That's not bad. That'd be great for whenever I'm farming for stuff like that ring that Gamer God there had said earlier. Oh, again, excuse me. Man, I am all sorts of burpy today. We're missing 2, 3, 4 relics yet. So where do I want to go next? Oops. Asshole. Ooh, I hate these bitter flies. They're annoying as hell. You can't see them till they decide to attack you, so you don't even know that they're there. Alright. Add the left here. That's what I've been trying to do. And this is how we take these guys out now. Oh, this is a place where it has all your sub-weapons. Life increase. Heart increase, yes. Too bad the heart increase doesn't do like the health increase does, the max, and, you know, heal the hearts. Well, I guess it's not really healing, but you get my drift. Still need for this statue to open. Thing is, I don't know when it does. Don't want to just stand here waiting for it either. Oh, well, we gotta come back here eventually anyway, so. Couple levels just from doing that, each one of them hallways. I'm gonna go back and see if that statue moved. No, it hasn't. Another level. Could literally farm that place for levels if I wanted to. That's awesome. Not getting caught in these traps again. We're not playing that game today. I mean, we already played it once that way today. poke our head around in this place a bit. Haha, save spot. Sorry, I just wanted to make sure there was no important messages or anything there. That'll sell for a good bit. Again, excuse me. Jeez. Oops. Jeez, how long is this? I don't remember how long this freaking area is. Seems like it's taking forever. Mainly because of those damn balloon pods. Get up there. Damn it. Okay, where does this go? Oh, wonderful, these guys again. They're more annoying than anything. They're not that bad. They're just plain out annoying. And a whole lot of nothing here. Just a whole bunch of rings. Be great when if I ever make it back to the library. We haven't even hit the library in the upside down castle, the inverted castle yet, have we? I don't think we have. Had to make sure I... Fuck, what the hell? I have to make sure I fall down in there and take some damage, don't you? And this is why I thought that music was in the ice cave, because it is in the inverted castle. Do 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 do. Ew. This is ridiculous. This is absolutely absurd. This is bullshit. I can't even get past that enemy. Do, do, do. Trying to reveal as much of this map as I can just because I get a boost in defense. Ah, Force of Echo. Okay, I don't know what that does, but That's a thing now. Might have to use some potions. Jeez, how long is this hallway? I was getting the hell out of here. I ain't dealing with these. No. Not about dealing with those right now. Great. I'm so dead. But if you really use the clock again. There it is. Great. One high potion left. Oops. Is it all the way at the bottom now? Yep. Alright. Oh shit. Wait, is he starting to do other moves now? I shouldn't be getting sushi. I should be getting calamari, shouldn't I? Hey, D-Lo. What's up, man? And the best part is we still got about an hour before stream ends. We had Commandeer in here earlier. Commandeer's a pretty good guy, it seems like. Oh, do these guys just keep respawning in this room? I think I've made it to one of his streams so far. I think I may not have yet, but I definitely need to. I need to return the love for sure. Dark Blade, huh? What do we have there? Alright. I have a feeling I'm not going to like this. I feel you, man. I do. Different reasons, obviously, for the busyness, but I get you. Like, I've got two kids that are in scouts. That takes time. I've been having so many issues with the both of them. It's ridiculous. My stress levels and anxiety levels are through the roof. I ain't even gonna lie. This is nice, actually. You know, getting to sit here by myself. No one's here at all. No kitty. No Ender, no daughter, no roommate, just me. And my cats, of course. And getting to just sit here and stream away since about 10:45, man, I'm loving it. I wish I had more chances to do this. And normally I don't have that many problems with Ender, but I don't know what bug crawled up his butt lately. But, ugh, he is getting on my nerves beyond belief. Just so much bad decision making and things I've clearly taught him were not okay to do. He just seems like he don't care and he's gonna anyway. And he's refusing to do his scouts. Like, we literally got into a heated argument Monday that caused me and his mom to get into a heated argument, which caused our daughter to get in on the heated argument. And I told him, well, if you don't go to scouts, guess what? Well, I know, man. It's not easy, let me frickin' tell you. But like, it's just led into argument after argument lately. And I told him, I was like, well, if you don't go to scouts, then you're grounded for the week. And he just still decides he's gonna come in and grab his mom's Switch or whatever. His mom even came home from work yesterday and she goes, "Why do you have my Switch?" He's like, "I'm playing it." And she goes, "Didn't your dad say you were grounded?" I was like, "It's not like anybody listens to this guy." I looked at my daughter 3 times yesterday. One of her chores is, after dinner, clean off the table and the stove. I asked her 3 times. She completely ignored that I even said a word. And I am in no condition to fight with these guys. Like, yeah, I'm off recovery, but I'm in no condition to fight with these guys. I'm not. You know, let's be honest. My health isn't good for this. You know, I can't even, like, punish them, like, forcefully. Like, I tell them, oh, they can't have that. What am I supposed to do? Like, battle them for it? Because I can't. Yeah, I know. There shouldn't be. That's exactly it. But, see, my kids, and I don't know why, think they can do what they want. And nobody can tell them any different. It drives me insane, man. Like, it shouldn't be that, like, when they're in school or not home, I'm perfectly fine, you know. No anxiety, no depression, no nothing like that, you know. And then they come home and it's just instant anxiety. Because I know it's going to be a fight clear till 9 o'clock with my daughter and 10 o'clock with my son. You know, it's non-stop. And I don't know what to do. They've been enrolled in help practically their whole lives. And it's just like, guys, come on. I don't mean to bitch and complain on stream. That's not what I come on stream to do, you know? But it's aggravating. It is. I know Kazan is just... Oh, Ender. See, I just told you his name if I hadn't already before anyways. He's being a rebellious teenager. He's 14 years old. I'll definitely have to let him know that. But it all comes down to is he's being a rebellious teenager. But some of the stuff that he's being rebellious with can get him in trouble. And now, don't get me wrong, it's nothing like drugs or anything. At least I sure as hell hope not. But there's still some choices that he's made recently that could have him in a lot of trouble. And obviously, I'm not going to say what here on stream. Like, I'm not going to blow our fucking, you know, I'm not going to blow our skeletons out in the open, you know? But it's just, I don't know. See, I don't feel that I was a terrible kid. Yes, I had my issues. I had a little bit of an anger problem when I was younger. I still kind of do at times. My school life wasn't good. Not at all. I had a terrible school life, and sometimes that spilled out into home and stuff like that. And I know Ender has a hard time in school with people sometimes and stuff. But you know, that's no excuse to come home and take it out on your parents. You know, we do anything and everything we can for them too. Man, I didn't go to my first party till I was 15. It was actually, I went with a friend from Votech. And I remember that night very fondly. I'll actually talk about it a little bit because it does have something to do with video games. That's why I'm going to bring it up. So I was going to Votech, and I made really good friends with this guy with cerebral palsy. Nathan was his name. I can't remember his last name. Not that I should be given that anyways, but... And I haven't talked to him in years. I wouldn't even know how to get a hold of him if he's still around. But... he's like, hey, you want to come over and stay? My family owns a little store and also a video game and movie rental place. Do you want to maybe go grab a couple? Because he could go grab a game and it not cost him a thing. Man, that would have been awesome. Like, you just have video games at your disposal, you know, literally. But we got, the first game, or one of the games that we got was Monkey Magic, and we played it for a little bit, and we're like, it's so cool, it's okay, you know, it's whatever. Kitty loves Monkey Magic. She actually has a physical copy of it around here somewhere. If it's where it's supposed to be. I know I found it out and about where it wasn't supposed to be, and if anything happened to that game, oh, she's gonna have a fit. But we also rented Clock Tower that night, and we played it right before we went to this party. So of course we were walking there in the dark and back in the dark. The thing is, on the way back, we were so damn hammered. And just any little sound, we'd jump, guaranteed. Dude, it was a good time, though. Like, a very fond memory there for the most part. The party was fun for the most part. We were having what they called Dr. Peppers. You took a beer and you threw Southern Comfort into the beer, and it kind of tastes like Dr. Pepper. And, oh, dude, I drank so many of them. I ended up getting not really I wouldn't say a fight, because I was laying on the floor. I couldn't hold myself up. And oh, apparently you've drank them as well. But anyways, at this party they were smoking marijuana, and at 15, at that time, I was like, I wasn't ready to be like, oh yeah, I'll try that. You know, I was already pushing it by drinking when I knew I wasn't supposed to be, and I knew that if my dad found out, I was already gonna be in trouble. So I was just like, nah, I'm not chancing it, you know. And this guy thought I was an narc, and he's literally, I'm laying on the floor, barely able to hold myself up, and he's kicking the shit out of me till, you know, my buddy came over, and he's like, dude, he's not a narc. I go to school with him and stuff, and yeah, it was a fun night until that, and then it was a fun night after that, too, because the guy that was hosting the party, he told that guy he needed to leave after that. And the worst part is, it was one of his good friends. He didn't know me from Adam, you know. He just took my friend Nathan's word for it, you know. And, but, like, overall, it was a good time, though. And there would be many, many parties with other people after that, and oh my god. You know what? Forget it. Oh no, there's another one. Oh jeez. The Zweihander. I think that's a rare drop. The German two-handed sword, Zweihander. Dude, I hate this enemy. Well, this is why I don't use it. Oh, that's its little attack. Neat. But overall, I don't really feel like I was a bad kid. You know, I didn't do that type of stuff really that often. And then on top of that, I wasn't like a popular kid in school anyways and stuff. So it's not like I went to much of that type of stuff anyhow. Like, I was fairly good. I'm not going to say I was perfect, because no one is. No kid is perfect. Every kid gets in trouble. You know, that's part of being a kid. I just wish that mine understood that, you know, I don't think that they're aware of the seriousness of my health. Like, my daughter just recently sent me into an anxiety attack. Because of how she was acting and being. And, like, I don't really think that they understand the seriousness. Anyways, what I was saying was, if you I don't know what the last thing you heard was, but I don't honestly think my kids understand the real seriousness of my health. Yeah, that okay. So you did hear that. But I don't even know at this point. Like, it caused me to get some nasty chest pains, and I mean, come on, my dad passed away at the age of 43. And, you know, I'm 39. I just turned 39. I'm literally 4 years away from when my dad passed away. Hell, my great-grandfather only seen 40. I had an uncle that made it to 16. Okay? Like, it's no joke. Yeah. I've already been hospitalized for anxiety and stress before when I was 13 years old. It literally started to manifest on me physically. I was actually taken from school. One teacher found me on the stairwell, sitting, like, not able to pull myself up because I was afraid if I did, everything would spin too much and I would end up falling down the stairs. Oh, shit. So, the one teacher came by, helped me up the steps, went to the nurse's office, got me a wheelchair, got a hold of my dad, had him come get me, and I was in the hospital for a week. They couldn't figure out what was wrong with me. It took a psych to figure out what was wrong with me, and what was wrong with me was something known as a conversion disorder. And the doctors literally said if I would have been in that situation too much longer, the stress could have literally sent me into a coma and could have killed me. And it was a result of how I was treated in school. I was treated so damn poorly. Okay, I cannot get it through there, apparently. I wasn't kidding, man. I'm all sorts of screwed up. Like, I wasn't joking. Damn it. I've got so many damn things wrong with me, I don't even know how I human most days. But I'm here. How the hell do you get through there? Anyways, enough of that. Like I said, I don't get on stream to complain and moan and tell all my demons and all that, because, you know, that's for me to worry about, not you guys. But I do appreciate the support that y'all do give me. You guys definitely help me get through. Actually, I do have one more thing to say. I know I said I was done. One of the things that's really been getting me lately is Ender sitting there putting me down because his mom's working these hours and everything, and she's going to have to take up a second job and everything else. And he sits there and goes, well, why can't you get a job? And I've explained multiple times why I can't, but, like, I've been getting run down about that. Yeah, see, like I said, I wanted to be in the military. I don't think my mind could have handled it, to be completely honest. I wanted to be a Marine, specifically. No, it's not fair, but you know, kids say hurtful things. I just play it off as, oh, he's just being a kid. Doesn't make it hurt any less, but, like, I would love to have a job. Like, I can't play with my kids the way I would like to. Yeah, we roughhouse some, but within a couple minutes, I'm like, alright, I gotta stop. It sucks. And then they get mad at me because I tell them that, you know, enough's enough. And then when they don't listen and I get a little loud, then I'm the bad guy, you know. It sucks. I know they don't understand. But yeah, man, I wish I could have done my country a service, because I have a lot of family that did. You know, like, my Uncle Walter came over in World War II. Yeah, he came over in World War II and fought in the American Army. And then I had, my dad had a cousin that went to Desert Storm. No, not just Desert Storm. He also did, he was in Vietnam War and Desert Storm, I believe. When he came back from Desert Storm, he ended up in a car accident. So, like, I have family that's done military service, you know? And I wanted to be able to do the same thing, but my dad was gonna. My dad was in basic training when he was told, dude, you can't. There's no men more badass than those that fought in World War II and Vietnam. You can't convince me otherwise. Those are the most badasses on the planet. Like I said, my dad, back on what I was saying, my dad was in basic training, and he couldn't keep up with the group when they were doing their runs and stuff. So, the one day his drill sergeant slowed down and kind of just kept pace with my dad for a minute and explained to him that, you know, you're not cut out for this. He goes, I don't think it's any fault of your own. I feel like there may be an underlying health issue. He goes, I want you to go home and get it looked at. And it turned out he had a hole in his heart that never fully closed. Dude, the wars we're in now, they're all fought inside a war room. For the most part. They're all fought in a war room. Nobody's... I don't even know. All this technology, you practically don't have to send anybody out in the battlefield. You can send out stinking drones and shit these days. It ain't war. I mean, I don't want war to be a thing at all. I don't understand why we have to war. I don't. I think it's dumb. But I definitely appreciate the servicemen that put in the time that they do. Because if it wasn't for guys like you, we wouldn't be able to do the things we do. It's just, I wish... There's always going to be evil. Exactly. But could you imagine if we went back to using swords and spears and stuff? Nobody'd want to get in a war. Nobody. It's because we have guns and tanks and planes that we're still warring. The weapons have evolved, so war has evolved. In all honesty, you know what I think the whole world needs to do? They all need to sit down, smoke a doober, everybody. Like every person on this planet at the same time. And I guarantee there'll be world peace for at least 2 hours. The reason it's going to be done after 2 hours is because then famine's going to hit because we're all going to be so damn hungry. We're going to eat the world. We're going to eat everything in the world. But at least we'd have world peace for 2 hours. But yeah, it's definitely, it's just been a rough week in general. You know, everything that's been going on has been happening within the last week, man. Since Sunday, honestly. Just ever since the craft show, and then the craft show didn't go well. We made a whole $4. I sold a chimchar perler. Alright. Damn fruit flies. What did I miss up that way? I missed a door, didn't I? Ew, we gotta go back through those plant lady things. I don't wanna. Are you serious right now? But yeah, Kitty's gonna be, like I said, taking up a second job for the holiday. She does every year, though. She normally works at a shoe store, and she'll still be working there, but her hours are cut during the winter because not as many people are buying shoes in the winter. They'll get a little busy during December, obviously, because people coming in and buying boots and whatnot, and the winter sales for the boots and everything. But you know, she's going from like 30 to 32 hours a week down to about 20 to 22 hours a week. And then, so she works at a winery in the winter seasons. So we're not going to go that way yet. Let's go up this way. I think it's funny because she works this winery, and we used to get their wine, but their wine has been tasting off lately. Like, it's super vinegary. Great. So, we've actually been going to another winery altogether. And actually, the mall that this winery goes into, because it's like it has its own store, but in the winter it goes into this mall, and they're normally open by October, but the maintenance there didn't want to clear out the space because they were having wrestling shows in the mall, and the maintenance men were being lazy about moving the stuff out of there. So they're getting started a month late, or she would have already been working the winery. But there's a security guard in that mall that also makes wine. And he makes the best blood orange wine ever. It is so good. I think we still have one bottle left. So maybe we can get some more this year. And then there's another place that we go past, actually, to go out to the winery she works at. And we'll stop there and grab wine, too. Honestly, the best wine that her store was selling was the cherry chocolate. Man, the cherry chocolate wine was phenomenal. Their Niagara is pretty good, too. I like their Niagara. I like a good Niagara, good white grape wine. And the worst part is I was never a wine drinker until she started working at a winery, because I wasn't really a wine person. So, and that's partially because I made myself sick on homemade wine not too long after my dad passed away. And it was strawberry wine, and it was potent. And I made myself so sick. And wine drunk isn't fun. Wine drunk sucks. Jeez. Oh, it's an Ouroboros. Never even noticed. Jeez. Once he gets you on that, you're like stuck in it. Ouch. Well, we got about 20 minutes left of stream here. Definitely want to thank everybody that has joined today. Really appreciate it. After I'm done here, I'm going to actually record a couple shorts and get one of them put up. Alright. I think I want to go save my game again. No, I don't need to. I'm okay. I'll be fine. Before I go on, there is something I want to check. Was it not? That stairwell? Apparently not. Okay. Never mind. Let's fly back up here. Go where the scary plant ladies are again. Oh, that's right. That's that waterfall I can't get to the other side of. There's gotta be a way to get in there. There's gotta be a way to get there. Well, definitely can't squeeze through there to get there. I'm getting so close to getting in there, too. I just still cannot grab that spot. What the hell? There it is. Ha! Osafune Katana. Nice. It has a nice little attack, doesn't it? Glad to have finally got that, though. Alright. Now that won't continue to bother me that I wasn't able to grab it last time. There we go. Oh yeah, how do I get up there? Alright, how can I get through there? That ain't gonna work either. Huh. I'm afraid to use the dynamite. Well, let's see. Well, that didn't work. That didn't work. Uh-oh. How the hell do you get in there? There's my shield. Give me 1 second here. Sorry about that, guys. Looks like Kitty hurt her finger. Okay, that's not the right one. What the hell? Okay, so that's apparently a glitch. Oh, that was apparently a glitch. Okay. Now I don't feel bad for looking it up. That ain't my fault if the game glitched. That's right, because I was already up in here. Great. Couple of Gabens. I think we gotta fight some sloggers as enemies too in this area. Oh, I lost my item. Damn it. Well, there's my save spot. Alright, guys. Well, I think it's as good as time as any to call this stream. Like I said, I want to get my shorts recorded before the kids get home. Again, thank you so much. You guys are awesome. If you haven't already, hit that follow button. If you want to get rid of them pesky ads, you can just subscribe. Now, I get that I upload these on YouTube, and you can watch them without being interrupted there. Well, you're interrupted, but you don't miss any of the action. But you know what you don't get to do? You don't get to hang out and talk to all of us. Like D-Lo Ono right there. Cool dude. Awesome streamer. Check him out. Yeah, you come in, talk to people like him, me. Who else did we have in here? Commenteer. Andy Panda jumps in once in a while. Andy Panda 90. Check him out. Andy Pandy. Why did I say Andy Pandy? I'm going to start calling him that. Anyways, also, if this isn't enough Rontro content for you, you can head over to Facebook, TikTok, and YouTube and check out the content there. Check out T's Twisted Treasure Chest on Facebook. That's T''S Twisted Treasure Chest. You can buy crafts that are made by me, my kids, and by Kitty. Check out RetroMageddon.com. I talked about that earlier when Godly Gamer was in here, or I think that's what it is. Is it Godly Gamer or Gamer God? That's it. That's his website. Check it out. It has game saves, game passwords, reviews, walkthroughs. Go check that out. Check out Ender Blaze 10. That's my son. He streams as well. I talked about that earlier. Yeah, I think I said everything. Oh, you can donate in the About section as well. And there is merch that I need to get switched over to me instead of my old partner that kind of hasn't been around. So, alright guys, I thank you again for joining the stream. Give me a second. I'll let you know when next stream is real quick. Possibly. Alright, next stream, let's bring up the calendar. Where's my calendar? Okay, so today is the 3rd. What is the 5th? 5th is Saturday. So we're looking at next stream being the 8th. So Tuesday should be streaming again. hopefully we finish up this game and we'll be done with our Halloween celebration. So yeah, the 8th. 13th is no good. We're looking at the 8th, the 14th. The 18th. Maybe the 22nd and the 24th for this month. That's what we're looking for as far as the schedule for this month. So we've got a few, 1, 2, 3. We have like 4 or 5 streams left for the month. I'm hoping to get more out, but we're looking at a total of 5 to 6 streams this month. That's a little more than what I've been doing lately. But again, I want to say thank you guys. I will see you on Tuesday, where we play some more Castlevania. And until then, my friends, game on.